Hey guys, I'm Rich from NeoWin. Today we're unboxing the Huawei P30 and the P30 Pro. So these devices were announced today, and we're doing this unboxing from a very cramped hotel room with minimal equipment. I'm recording this with a Mate 20 Pro. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. I haven't done a hotel unboxing in a while, but that's what we're doing today. These phones, they both have 40 megapixel super spectrum cameras. Okay, you notice the Pro says quad camera. It's because it has a time of flight sensor on it. Okay, but the non-Pro series has never gotten the 40 megapixel treatment before, so that's nice. But the thing that's new about Super Spectrum is that instead of RGGB, it's RYYB. So it's basically replacing the green with yellow, and Huawei says that allows in 40% more light. Now, what does that mean exactly? Well, better low light performance. So I'm going to show you a sample. Here, I took this picture with the Mate 20 Pro. I took this picture with the P30 Pro. Now, this is my hotel room with the lights off. It's not night mode or anything. It's just grainy, dark, and it looks like I turned the light on for this. Yeah, so crazy stuff. And I've seen lots of samples like this. It's wild. Okay, so that's Super Spectrum. Now, another thing about the Pro is that it has a 5x zoom lens and a wide-angle lens. The non-Pro has a 3x zoom lens and a wide-angle lens, though it's 16 megapixel wide-angle instead of 20 megapixels. All right. Also, on the models they sent me, 8 gig RAM, 256 storage, 6 gigs RAM in the P30, and 128 storage. Okay, so I happen to have two P30 Pros right now, to be honest. I'm lucky enough. And the one I'm holding in my hand right now is Amber Sunrise, and this is just beautiful. It's like an orangish, reddish color. All right, although it's not my favorite. Now, the reason I have two is because that Amber Sunrise one is in hot demand, and they need to get that back soon so they can get it to another reviewer. So we're going to get these open. Okay, this is the P30. This is going to be Aurora. Okay, this is a review notice here. One thing so they both have in-display fingerprint sensors. All right, and one thing you'll notice right here with the box is that the fingerprint sensor is about where it would be on the Samsung Galaxy S10, which is at the bottom. If you use the Mate 20 Pro fingerprint sensor, it's up here, and it's a little awkward to use. Okay, so let's just take the wrapping off of here. All right. Now, this one maintains its headphone jack. So you can see it's another one of Huawei's gradient colors, and it's beautiful. So it's like a blue and green. There's no twilight color this time around, which is kind of a shame because twilight was always my favorite, although twilight's never really had a definition. It meant something completely different between the Mate 20 and the P20. But yeah, it was always nice, and it was always their first gradient color. And when I asked them why no twilight, they said, well, they did it, and everybody copied it, so now it's time to do something else. And I said, okay, that makes sense. So it comes with a clear case, which is nice if that's what you're into. If you're into cases, it's nice to have a clear one for such a beautiful phone. European charger. No, this phone is not coming to the U.S. Huawei has their own problems with getting phones into the U.S. They've been trying for years. But the truth is that even if they had a U.S. presence, the P series is not for the U.S. market anyway. Okay, so we have a USB Type-A to Type-C charger. And then this also comes with headphones. Because, as I said, this phone has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. And then, of course, USB Type-C for charging. So we're gonna talk about USB Type-C for headphones in a second, because I have the new headphones, and we're gonna unbox those as well. So here's the P30 Pro, and this is gonna be called Breathing Crystal. So we can see that it kind of starts at white, and then it's a pinkish, and then a purple. Actually, really hard to photograph, which I was warned about, and everybody said that there, but that's all right. Okay, so what else is in this box? Now, we're not going to find headphones or 3.5 millimeter headphones. We have our SIM pin. We have the case. All right. USB Type-A to Type-C cable. This is going to be a 40-watt charger. And if we look at the back here, it doesn't actually say the wattage of the charger for the regular P30. So they actually advertise this that the P30 Pro has 40 watt supercharging and the P30 just has supercharging. So also for wireless charging, the Pro has it, the non-Pro does not. That's another difference between the two phones. Okay, so here we have the P30 Pro and the P30. I took the stickers off the back. And again, Breathing Crystal, Aurora, and Amber Sunrise. Okay, so these are the three cool colors. There are two more. There's Pearl White, which is white. And then there's a fifth color, which is called, sadly, black. No, it's not called sadly black. It's called black. Now, when I requested my color, I said I would like Amber Sunrise. I would like Aurora, because I knew I was getting two phones. And I said, if I can't get that, anything but black, because it's just so dull. Huawei makes beautiful phones. They've really went all out in design. It started with the P20 last year. That was the first one that got Twilight, and sadly I don't have one with me. I have a P20 with me. I don't have a Twilight P20. And so they kind of went from there, and they started making all these cool new colors. Okay, so a couple things about the display. Both are 1080p, 19.5 by 9. Now, the P20 Pro is a little bit bigger at 6.48 inches, 6.47. It's big. And the regular P30 is 6.1 inches. We also have curved glass on the side here, so it's a little bit like the Edge display that you'll find on a Samsung phone. And then the P30 is actually flat. So I like the idea of a flat phone better. I think for something like this with the curved screen, you're actually gonna need a case for it just to use it comfortably. These are restoring. So those images I showed you, that's because the Mate 20 Pro, the ISO sensitivity was 102/400, which was incredible. And now with the Super Spectrum camera, it's 409/600, which is massive. Okay, so we're just gonna accept. So one thing that you'll see here is that the wallpaper does match the background. This is the Aurora P20. This is the Breathing Crystal P30 Pro. Did I say P20? I gotta say, at the launch event today, everybody is just saying P20 by mistake. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's been a very talked about phone for last year. So this is Amber Sunrise. Okay. And yeah, so the wallpaper matches. So one thing I gotta say is that the P30 almost happened again. The P30 is very comfortable to use. Okay, so this thing comes in, it's 165 grams, so it's a pretty light phone. Okay, the P30 Pro is 192 grams. It's a little heavier, but I mean, it does more. Okay, like I said, both of them have the in-display fingerprint sensor. Obviously, you have a better camera on the Pro. You're gonna have a bigger battery as well, 4,200 milliamp hour on the P30 Pro, and then we have 3650 milliamp hour on the P30. I just like how it's smaller, it's lighter, it's just more comfortable to carry around. And I always like the smaller phones, but I use the bigger phones because they're so much better and you get that better battery life and everything else. So another thing that the Pro model has is reverse wireless charging. Okay, so this is a feature that Samsung now has on the Galaxy S10, but you should know that Huawei did it first with the Mate 20 Pro. So we can just turn this on. Don't remind me again. And I'm just going to flip this over, put the other one on top, and we can see that it is charging. So the cool thing about this is that yes, it will charge a device, and the bad thing about it is that it's charging at 2.5 watts, which means that it's charging very slowly. And it actually even just shuts off after a while. And so it's not very good. And that was a question that came to Huawei today, because when they announced it in the Mate 20 Pro, they showed exactly what I showed you, and everybody was really excited about it. And then we actually tried it, and we said, like, well, this actually isn't that great. And you know what Samsung does is 9-watt wireless charging. So we asked them about that today, and they kind of said, well, we're not doing this so you can charge all your non-Huawei phones, although you can. It's really meant for more accessories, like, you know, if you have earbuds that charge wirelessly, or those glasses that they announced today, or something like that. So that's why it's only 2.5 watts. And obviously, the faster it would do would be more of a drain on your battery, but I wish it went faster, because it's a really cool feature when your friend says to you, "Hey, my phone's dying. Do you have a charger?" And you just say, "Hey, just stick it on my phone for a while and it'll charge." But then you do it. It's actually kind of embarrassing, because they come back a half hour later and they've gained like 3%. You know? So it's not that great after all. So they did say that the in-display fingerprint sensor is faster now. So if I just, this is the P30, and if I see, it is pretty fast, I gotta say. And the original one in the Mate 20 Pro, it's not that it was slow, it's really more that it was just inaccurate, and I would just have a lot of problems getting it to work. So it seems like this one works better, and obviously I've actually been using this Amber Sunrise one all day. I was glad they gave me two, because I'm like, oh great, I get to unbox one, and then I get to I get to use another one. So let's also take a look at the Huawei FreeLace headphones. So these are Bluetooth headphones. They're supposed to charge quickly. You're supposed to be able to get like 4 hours of battery life from like 15 minutes of a charge. So open this up. And the cool thing is that you can plug this, there's a USB-C cable on there, and you can just plug it into your phone and it's just going to automatically pair. Now, obviously you need a Huawei phone. So here are the headphones. Now, let's see what else is in here, because it's a rather big box for just some headphones. Okay, we have some paperwork here. We have some replacement buds. And then we have a Type-C. Oh, so you can plug it in with a Type-C, a Type-A adapter, by plugging the included Type-C into this, and it's an adapter. All right, so let's just throw that in there for now. So let's get these out. All right, so almost there. All right, so one of these sides is going to have a Type-C cable included in it. I believe it looks like it's this side. So we'll just pull that, and yeah, there's our Type-C cable. So these are magnetically attached. We can just pull that off. And so what should happen now, I have my P30 Pro here, and does it work? Because it's not working. So we're going to try this again. I don't think it's going to work. I've gotten some weird pairing requests, although if it works, it doesn't work instantly, I can tell you that. So we're just going to go into Bluetooth and we're going to pair it. So if we go here, and then we just say, there's Bluetooth FreeLace. Okay, so it might fail. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so yeah, there's our Bluetooth headphones, and now it says it's connected, and yeah, it's easy enough. I don't know. There should be a better way. Maybe it needs a software update, something like that. Yeah, so these are the FreeLace headphones, and that's about it. I didn't know what I was getting when they asked me yesterday if I wanted to review the headphones, and I was like, sure. I'm like, is there anything special about them? And they were like, well, they have good audio quality. And I said, all right, yeah, sure. So that was that. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to have these for the next few weeks as well. So I'll have a review in a few weeks. I'm Rich from Neowin. Have a great night.